now third live stream match for our second and last day of groups. Indonesia obviously still at the top here working on things. We'll see if Egypt can do anything here. A lot of pressure early on. This is what we expected.
Very scary. Sunlight. Highlight to be used by Fumieko. They're actually going to chase her down all the way inside the jungle. 3 members rotating in. Some damage placed on the Fumieko. Vivian will escape, and no way. Fumieko popping regen. Vivian rotating as well. City getting level 2. And now Yin Yang reaction stops him from getting the kill over to Fumieko. Oh no. Nucci left the mid lane, couldn't get level 2, and now they're just so far behind.
I want to say calculated. I feel like that was calculated from Indonesia. They knew that limit they could test, and they were able to do that. Vivian also burned the flicker there, I believe. So she burns that, but really a lot of pressure. I didn't expect that early on for them to even get away with it. Like, it was like, all right, they are going to actually put some pressure on this export, but to be able to get a kill and then escape with no damage done, that was the surprising part of it. So with this, now Egypt kind of trying to get back in position here. Imagine all of that just happened. Gives a 1K lead this early on under the 2-minute mark.
It's a big problem to have here for Egypt, and I assume, because if we take a look at all the matchups that we've seen for the export, it's very easy for the export to fall behind in the early game, right? So the fact that he's still level 3 and Fumieko is already walking forward, Virago armor down, Vivian looking for the Jikudo, but just without the Virago armor, Stun coming in with the Sanguine Claws there, trying to peel for Vivian, but Vivian won't just go, and Jikudo to get the second kill of the game already. Second kill on Vivian too.
Vivian's the carry here, man. She's got 2 kills already on this Chou pick that, you know, anytime it does come up in competition, you always love to see the Chou just because of what the capability of this hero is, but then you get an early lead like this and it's a huge confidence boost already on a hero that a lot of these prominent pro players already have, you know? So you get to even go a little bit further with this and expect a lot of kicks going the right direction, at least in the hands of Vivian here. She's already, even when she's, you know, at a third of the health, she's still going to just kind of show face and put some pressure here. That Unbreakable won't land, unfortunately. So really going back to it, it's like this. Oh no, hold on.
Frog armor already very low from Sunlight. Fumieko still trying to just not want to go his pathway. Vivel didn't get the steal. Frontal pursuit to the back. I believe Vivel was able to get the steal with a retribution. Sunlight couldn't get that retreat down in time, and Fumieko just soaking all of this damage. Vivel knows there's no mana, goes in for stun. Some damage to Nucci, very low. Flicker from City. No, she actually didn't use the flicker. She's got that gap closed over. Unfortunately, no Yin Yang reaction to get the kill, but still, it's a massive lead just with 2 kills.
This is the problem with it too, is just, you know, having the diversion anytime it's available, you're going to be left guessing, where are they going to come from? And part of that too is just, even if you send with a diversion Vivian through that and then gets a kick into the team, or you get cut off with a Glorious Pathway, these are very difficult things to deal with for Egypt. They are trying to maintain that gold lead from getting too out of hand. Here's the diversion we were just talking about. Up top here. They're going to have to help this out. Vivian giving the information as well. Names. They're left to defend here.
Way the Dragon, only on to Vivian. I don't think they want to go for the commitment there. Vivian, bit off on the targeting, will be punished under the turret.
Good punish. You know, able to get that. Again, this is one of the things we usually see with a Chou pick. If you can kind of punish that and they don't get the kick they're looking for, or they get caught into a choke point, it's obviously going to be great. Good usage here once again, trying to pour this off. The turtle is up though. They're going to go ahead and try to get an advantage here. Sunlight's been having a hard time, but they will take a couple shots.
Vivel caught in the Sanguine Claws up top. Zamanforce, almost a solo kill from Joe. But Zamanforce again, Names still able to survive there. Now back to the turtle fight. Sanguine Claws land on the Fumieko. They put a pursuit there to AOG. Good revitalize, but it's not going to be enough to keep her alive. Turtle. Control for Egypt. Vivian walking up with Jikudo in front of pursuit over to the back. Vivian caught again for the pursuit on her. City force a flicker out the last insanity, but Vivel just wins out the retreat battle. 2 levels ahead. As now Egypt will have to run away. Vivel, great stun over. Nucci to be knocked out by the Jikudo. Ieaf reaction, and the Soul Sever gets a double. Only Vivian traded there in the mid lane.
That's what I would call worth, you know, on the Jikudo, able to get 2 on the knockup, and then a double kill for Vivel. City's in a little bit of trouble. Velvet, though, trying to keep them at bay. He's still working on the mid turret, too. But Vivel will be fine even with that Soul Sever. So, again, this is just showing, you know, it was great. Like, Egypt showed actually some pretty good fight in that turtle, but unfortunately weren't able to kind of extend the luck in their favor throughout the fight. And Fumieko has been doing this the whole time on this Hylos, just whittling down Velvet. Even under the turret, gonna drop the pathway. Velvet,
Wait,
solo, whoa! Solo kill for Fumieko.
Down below, Vivian. Way to Dragon, Shell Bomb as a Mon Force now locked down, even with the Revitalize. The Soul Sever claims the kill. The hotfix was for objectives, but for heroes, it's still the same old Soul Sever.
I was gonna say, did they do something to that hero, to that damage?
Just the objectives.
Just the
objective
objectives.
damage, not hero damage. Hero damage is still all good, man. It's still
Maybe they need to think about that.
Oh no, diversion. Names has gotta be careful. She's going and farming. I believe she is aware of the situation, so good read from Names.
Good read out here. Finn also picking up the Thunderbolt right now. Okay, they're gonna be fine. That turret does go down though. Up top.
Okay. I was about to say Names got the read, but what about Feb? Walks up there. Wait, it's right in the flicker. Vivian with a combo. Ooh. And the AOG comes down, but it's not going to help Names escape, even with the flicker. Vivian all alone, now isolated. It's a 4-man knockup from Velvet, but there is absolutely no way she follows up with the Infernal Pursuit there.
Yeah, tough. Again, it's just, you know, even when you get the information that they are setting up on that top side, it's so hard to play in for the fact that, you know, we're already talking a good, comfortable lead. You know, when you get to this point and you start to see more of that testing coming through from Indonesia on what they're capable of doing, how much damage they can chunk out, or how much damage they can take even, it's hard to fight here in the mid lane.
Sunlight already very low, still able to escape for now. No Faraga armor, knows about force all the way to the back. Nucci still escaping now as Infernal Pursuit gets used up. City with a flicker, but it goes follow through. Velvet unable to get the last shot down and will be punished for overextending by just a tad bit.
I can't believe Zinni even survived that. I expected her to go down at least with the Infernal Pursuit from Velvet, but, you know, not enough just yet. And that's why we always talk about when teams get to this point where they have that, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 gold lead, that does play a part because there's a lot of instances when you have that kind of gap in terms of economy that it should be a kill, but because you lack that firepower to finish them off, you know, Egypt in that case weren't able to. So they lose that turn in the mid lane. They're going to have to deal with this diversion used once again. Now the focus here on the tier 2, on that top lane. That's where they want to put the pressure here. Egypt to respond, falling further behind. We're still a minute away from this Lord. Oh, Velvet.
Stunned up from on force. The AOG will come down on the Phobius there, but Chell is going to be able to purify out of that. Still getting the free hits with the Savant Force. Faraga armor. What happened to mid lane assassination from Vivo? Yang reaction connecting all the time. Vivian trying to run away right now with the Glorious Pathway into the back. She will be stunned, and now it's another stun from Vivo. She is unstoppable, and it's a 4-for-0 trade. Only Sunlight left to survive.
This Suyo hero, man, is still just a thorn in the side of many teams that have to go against it. Especially when you have the setup this way, and every single time we see this work so well is when you have a Hylos in your favor, a Hylos to go ahead and cut people off with the Glorious Pathway. And now that you pick up a Malefic Roar, Vivo's going to do even more damage, but the surprising thing there is look at that damage coming out from this Luoyi. This is why they like to run the Warcry Emblem too. You get that little extra percentage boost of damage, you just pop off the yin-yang connections, and then it's good. You know, those interactions alone are enough to change the course of a fight. So now the Lord is up here. There's no contest. This is just going to be a Lord in the hands of Indonesia. So we have to think, what does Egypt do here? On this defense, you know they have a Sicilian. We know this is a late game hero that can actually do pretty well defending, turtling up in a base. But I think this might be a little bit too early for them to do that here.
Yeah, Vivian also picks up the immortality, but I like what you said, man. Honestly, for Egypt, they can't contest anything. The diversion's always going to be able to catch them as well. And
there it is.
There you go. Just as I say, a diversion to the back. And Nucci, way to Dragon connects onto her. Still good displacement from Velvet AOG to peel away and to escape. Vivian will lose her immortality, but it's still just a Joe who lost immortality. Chell, unfortunate targeting. Didn't get that synchro vision down into Nucci. Vivo wants to go for the snipe, but will not be in range. Still though, they have a Lord to play with in the bottom lane, a tier 2 to take in the mid lane, and surely after all that, they will take it away. Holy Defense still intact. Egypt will be able to clear off the wave. City deal a whole lot of damage to the Faraga armor. Sunlight losing out of the Faraga armor. Be forced back again.
So they keep it together. They got a whole lot of battle spells out, though. That's 2 of the Revitalizes also down for Egypt. So they're going to have to do this. That ultimate from the Avatar of the Guardian should be up for Vivian. They got to deal with this Lord. They still have that Holy Shield on the bottom side, but these waves, look at the managing on the top and the mid here.
Look at the Faraga armor. It's down again. Vivian. It's not going to conceal. It's looking for an angle to possibly go for the way of the dragon. She does have the flicker to the Yang reaction. Just keeps on hitting on Sunlight on Velvet, and that's why she is topping the damage leaderboard. Shell walking up. Vivian getting a turret up top. 2 base turrets taken down out of nowhere with the first Lord.
Really difficult position to be in. Egypt here, 2 base turrets going down in the first Lord, and a massive gold lead right now for Indonesia. The biggest thing they can do is just hope to extend the game somehow, some way, to get enough stacks here for Nucci, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Uh-oh, glorious pathway in the sun. One more Yang reaction, and City fights into the back. Vivian gets rid of the immortality for Sunlight. Vivian is next as Chell. This goes rampant into the back with the Zaman Force. Another stun from Vivian. Even with the last Insanity, it will not take anyone down. Vivian goes in with the Hiku, no finding the way to Dragon. Names with a flicker to try to escape, to try